If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. Alright, man, we gotta talk about this Drake and Kanye beef again, because it's been going on for some time now. We already had those hints before both of those albums dropped. We had the whole back and forth of, when is either of them dropping? Are they waiting on each other? Is Kanye waiting for Drake to drop? Is Drake waiting for Kanye to drop? We also had this situation where Drake recreated a scene from the Batman movie The Dark Knight with the Joker after Kanye called himself the Joker in a group chat with Pusha T. So there's always been these little subliminal hints going on that there's already some friction again between the two, obviously with both of their really big albums dropping. But then it all kind of just, worked up a little more. We had Drake. Remember those billboard signs that Drake had all around the world promoting all the different features in the respective city for those artists? Well, he also had just general advertising billboard signs in Toronto, in his own city. And then Kanye had the genius idea of buying out even bigger billboard signs right next to Drake's CLB signs and just plainly putting Donda on there in Drake's home city of Toronto. So that was a really bold move. At that point, we kind of knew this is going somewhere. Then Kanye also posted Drake's home address location, which was very weird since that's not really private information, but rather just public, but nobody really cares about it. But Kanye actively took to Twitter to post Drake's home address, which is really weird, really like an invasion of privacy, I believe, but he deleted it right after, so it was all very suspicious the way it was going on. And Drake on his new album CLB obviously also took some shots or tried to make some things clear, and that is what we're going to talk about today. Also, Drake leaked a new song, Life of the Party, from Kanye, which he didn't put on Donda, but Drake somehow had, and he put it out. But that kind of backfired because a lot of people are calling that song fire and are messing with it. So that's a whole other discussion on itself. But today I want to focus on what Drake said on 7 a.m. on Brittle Path. If y'all follow me on Twitter or the YouTube community chat, you know that I really like this song. This is one of my favorite songs on Certified Lover Boy. But of course, he also, shot some shots at Kanye. So let's look at what he said. So on 7 a.m. on Brittle Path, Drake, and these are some, different quotes, but the first one is, "You over there in denial, we not neck and neck. It's been a lot of years since we seen you coming correct. Man, F.A. respectfully, I just want my respect." He's not directly mentioning Kanye here, but it is very clear who he's referencing. The next one is, "You guys hot to them kids, you ain't famous to me. Told you I'm aiming straight for the head, not aiming to please. I could give a F about who designing your sneakers and tees. Have somebody put you on a guild and you play with my seed." Again, very obviously, especially with that who's designing your sneakers and him saying that he's more famous than Kanye. So if Kanye is not famous to him, a very obvious shot at Kanye. Next up, Drake directly addressed that situation with that address that was leaked. And this to me was kind of weird to hear when I first heard the album, because obviously that situation with Kanye went down just a couple of days before CLB dropped. So either Drake knew that this was going to happen and predicted it, or he just changed that verse later on, which is probably the, more likely answer. But that again could throw up a whole nother conversation about how artists should later on edit their albums if something comes up. I'm not too sure about how I like this, what I think about this, that Drake, a couple of days before this really big album for him and his fans that he's been working on for such a long time now, comes out that he's just in the studio making some little tweaks just to get back at Kanye. I'm not sure what to think about this, but he said, "Give that address to your driver and make it your destination, instead of just posting out of desperation. This is me reaching the deepest state of my meditation. While you over there trying to impress the nation, mine's running wild with the speculation. Why the F we peacemaking, doing the explanations, if we just gonna be right back in that B without hesitation." Again, obviously addressing Kanye with that address situation. Also saying that, he's over there trying to impress the nation and everyone's like speculating about what Donda's gonna be with all the listening parties. Obviously, that is Drake referencing that. Also, the last line, he says, "Why should we make peace and, try to make some explanations if Kanye is just willing to jump right right back into the beef without hesitation. That is the last line there. And I do gotta agree with Drake on this one. Kanye was really just, straight back in the beef after they had cleared that up after years before that of not liking each other. So yeah, it's kind of weird that Kanye was so much into it. But of course, Drake edited this album right before it dropped, which is also very petty to me. But Drake is very petty in general on this album, but my review is still coming out on that one. The last quote that can be interpreted as a diss to Kanye is, far as the Drake era, man, we in the golden ages, look at the total wages, and look at the heroes fallen from grace in their older ages. If we talking top 3, then you've been sliding to 3rd like stolen bases. Obviously, a reference to Kanye with heroes falling from grace in their older ages, something we've seen J. Cole already address on False Prophets, that he also talked about, back in the day we used to put this man on a pedestal and be like, everything that Kanye does is amazing, but now we kind of see more clearly what's going on with him and why he is maybe fallen off a little bit, even though I would still disagree with that. I still think Kanye is one of the best artists of today's generation, is that are still making music alive, but I can see where Drake is coming from, obviously. Also, the whole beef that preceded this with Kanye and Drake, Kanye kind of being jealous of Drake ever since he started really popping off. It's funny to see this still go on a decade later after that was already in the conversation, and they had years of beef and then clearing it up. There are so many private details about Kanye complaining about Drake because they live very close to each other in Los Angeles, so there's already been a back and forth there as well. And to be honest, it's just kind of weird to see these. I mean, Drake is what now, 36, Kanye is 40 something. To see these people acting like this still in those ages is just kind of weird to see. But I guess that is the state of the beef where we're at today. It's still unclear if Kanye is going to respond to this, but Drake did some, put some shots out there. He also, as I said, leaked that track Life of the Party, but y'all probably heard about that. Y'all can go listen to that. It's everywhere on YouTube and SoundCloud and wherever. And yeah, if you wanted to listen to that Kanye song that Kanye never released but now Drake did, which is again really weird, but that's where we're at right now, and that's what I think about this, all the stuff on 7 a.m. on Brittle Path, and what Kanye did as well. But now I want to know what you think about this, because that is really interesting to see what y'all got to say about this beef. Who do you think is in the right, Drake or Kanye? Who started this all? Who was really the one who escalated it? Was it Kanye that jumped right back into it without hesitation, or is Drake really petty for editing his album that fans have been waiting for and wanted to be a masterpiece, which it is definitely not? But as I said, review is still coming a couple of days before it drops, so let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media and blog down in the description. It really helps me out. Until the next one, y'all have an incredible day, and y'all take care.